From Bowlinggreen to the dealership, take a rare look behind the scenes at what goes on to set up a Corvette before a new owner can drive it off the lot.
Before we get started, please like and subscribe to the channel. It definitely helps me out a lot. And as always, feel free to call me or text me on my personal cell phone number, 903-780-5422. I do get calls from all around the country each and every day. I am in sales as well, so if you're looking for a brand new Corvette, please don't hesitate to reach out.
Once a Corvette is finished production, it generally ships within the first couple of days. General Motors doesn't like to hold on to these too long. They would like to get them to their customers pretty quickly. They ship on dedicated trucks just for the Corvettes, which means that they usually leave Bowlinggreen and get to their destination within a day or two. They don't hang around on rail cars and other locations like other vehicles do. These all come wrapped up with this protection that you can see back here. That's the only vehicle that General Motors sends out wrapped like this. Once it arrives at the dealership, the wrap is taken off, the vehicle is inspected, and then accepted by the dealership, and then the process of setting it up starts for the customer to come pick it up. The car comes fully wrapped, and you can see that there's a zipper here at the driver's side door as well as the fuel tank. That's so that the vehicle can be easily loaded and offloaded onto the truck without having to take all of this off in order to do so. It wraps all the way around. It goes underneath the front here, go around to this side as well. It covers up the mirrors, protecting those, and it covers the entire top. There's some hooks that go around the bottom that hook onto the bottom of the vehicle that hold it in place to keep it from blowing off while it's going down the road. We're going to remove the plastic off the seats. Now we tear off this side and it all comes right off. Suede microfiber interior, very nice, as long as red seat belts. We're going to pull off all the plastic from the abrasion points on the vehicle that keep it protected while it's traveling down the road. Lots of these all around the car. We have more plastic on the inside. We'll remove all of these. So the plastic that covers the Stingray logo. And then we have the tape on the outside as well, or inside. Now inside of here we have all of our different plastic mounts and cover guards that are going to go on the bottom of this, as well as protect the brake calipers and the rotors. In the trunk, we have a few more plastic guards here. These are going to go to the front, as well as the front splitter. We still have to install our center caps, our front splitter. We've got our covers underneath the vehicle that still have to be installed. There's still quite a few things that need to be done, as well as any other decals or stripes that were ordered for the vehicle. And in some cases, even the wheels are going to be replaced. Now the vehicle is also in transport mode, which reduces the electrical demand on the vehicle while it's being transported to conserve the battery. Now it also prevents the customer from being able to use the mobile app to start their vehicle while it's traveling down the road on the truck being delivered to the dealership. This was a problem in the early days of the C8, and these vehicles would run out of gas before they even got to the dealership and to be offloaded off the truck. All right, the vehicle's going up on the lift right now. We're gonna get it all set up. I'm gonna show you the process of what takes place on all the covers and everything else that goes into getting your vehicle ready to go out the door. So from underneath the car here, if y'all remember in the front of the vehicle, the front, there was a bag that had a lot of different plastic parts. Some of those are being laid out right now on the ground, and those are going to be installed. Some of them are not going to be installed, but they're for tracking the vehicle. I'm going to show you what those are and what you need to do in order to prep your vehicle to take out to the track. Underneath the car, we have this cover that runs all the way through the length. There's still a few pieces that need to be installed to protect everything that's underneath here. That's what we're going to do right now. We've got a few parts back here as well. You can see there's just some areas that don't have covers on. They make it very aerodynamic with all of this protection. It also protects everything underneath the vehicle so that if you do leave the road while you're tracking it, you've protected all the internal parts, which tend to be expensive to replace. On the ground here, we're laying out all of our parts. We have all the plastic covers. We also have the equipment here for tracking the vehicle. This is a air duct. If you are going to track your vehicle, this gets installed around here, and it pushes air through or from underneath the vehicle and to the braking system to cool those brakes whenever you are in a high performance mode or on the track. Now, you don't want to use these when you're just out on the road driving this vehicle, because as most people know, asphalt comes loose off the ground, and then you're picking up pebbles. You're going to shoot those pebbles through this tray right here and then potentially damage your brake system whenever those run into the rotor and get crunched by the brake pads that are pressing down from those calipers. So this is definitely something that you only use on the track. Now, all the instructions for installing that whenever you are ready to go out on the track is right here, and this tends to be stored in the front of the vehicle along with your front license plate bracket. Here in Texas, you are required to use a front license plate bracket in this state. However, most people on their Corvettes don't place one on there. I personally do not. It is illegal to drive without one, so just keep that in mind. We've got our front splitter laid out right here as well. That's going to get installed on the front of the vehicle. It's going to go, flip the camera around up here. That'll go right up here. You can see the holes right here where the screws will go through and hold on to that, wrap around all the way onto this side. To install them on the Stingray is a lot simpler than it is to install them on the Z06, which is a lot bigger job on this entire process of setting it up and getting it ready to go. Now, I've got the center caps right here in this bag. All of these will come out, and those will get installed right up here into the wheel. If you ordered your vehicle with additional center caps, or for instance the Jake logo, they always come with the regular Stingray center caps, and then eventually those Jake logo center caps come in. In order to take these off and put those on requires taking this wheel completely off in order to pop those out of place and install the new ones. So this car, and we're just going to place that on the center of the wheel and pop that in just like that. We're going to go around the vehicle and install the other ones.
Now we're installing the rear cover on the back of the vehicle to reduce drag and improve aerodynamics.
This is the duct that gets installed on every single Corvette, and this is where eventually, if you're going to track the vehicle, that you would add the attachment, the wind scoop that runs towards the front of the vehicle that collects the wind to cool the braking system. And then here's the scoop that would be installed on the vehicle to push that wind through the duct to the braking system, which again, you don't want to install that and run that down the road. That's just for tracking the vehicle. This gets installed on the vehicle right here for the wind resistance and the aerodynamics of the vehicle. It's also a protection for the cooling system that's underneath here as well. And then we have our second guard that we're going to place just underneath here that protects the control arm and also makes the vehicle a little bit more aerodynamic to increase your performance on the track. Now, we keep talking about performance on this vehicle because that's what this vehicle is meant for, performance. It's meant to go on the track. That's why there's so many cooling systems on this vehicle. We have 3 on the Stingray, and we have several more on the Z06, as well as on the E-Ray to cool those electric batteries, that electric motor on the front of the vehicle. Let me show you where they're at on the Stingray. On the Stingray, we have a radiator on the left side, and then we come over to the other side, and we have one there as well. Now, if you come back here to the fins on the vehicle, you'll also find one back inside there. You can see it right there. However, on the other side for the Stingrays, it's just for aesthetic purposes and matching the other side. As you can see, there's not a radiator on that side. Once that's all installed, this is what it'll look like with the underside fully covered up and ready to go. Now it's about time to take the vehicle off the rack and finish setting it up. Now let's throw the floor mats in the car. Place the cargo net in the front of the vehicle. Can't forget the fuel funnel. Install our license plate bracket for the rear. Now that that's done, we can go in and install the decals on the vehicle, then get it over to detail and get ready for the showroom. Where it then comes out here to meet its brand new owner who's picking it up right now.